Hello friends, and welcome to Creeps with Angie Chew. So I figured if I'm going to run the weekly Chew on That true crime show, and I'm going to be a novelist of like mystery and suspense books and play spooky games, I might as well give you guys some spooky IRL stories. So I'm going to do several story times, like indefinitely. And not all will be supernatural or creepy or anything like that. Some will just be things I've experienced in life that are completely off the walls. But I do want to put in some that are creepy in some regards, and that's how we're going to get it started today. The other fun thing is, as I do story times, just to jazz it up, I'm going to show you guys some of my routine. So today, as I tell this story, I'm going to be fixing my nails because it's been like 3 weeks since I did them. I have clipped them because as a writer they can't get too long or I can't type, but the polish looks terrible. So I'm going to do my nails while I tell you guys this extremely true story. First of all, for anyone who's interested in nails, I highly recommend, I gotta get used to holding stuff up. Quick Off, you can get 3 packs of these for like $6 from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. Makes it super easy to remove your nail polish. Easiest thing ever. I used to dread removing nail polish, and this makes it super easy. The hair in my mouth. So this story takes place August 2012 here in Louisville, Kentucky, where I'm from. It was a very hot summer day. I do not like heat, but I was with 3 of my friends. We were waiting on a 4th friend to get off work. So we had gone to this place in our hometown. I forgot I have a paper cut. Known as the Highlands. Which is just like a hip spot, tons of eateries, and we were like, we're just gonna chill here until our buddy's off work. But it starts getting too hot, and we were like, we need somewhere to go and escape the summer heat. So there's an open cemetery in our city in the Highlands called Eastern Cemetery. Before I go further, we are not those assholes that like desecrate cemeteries and pull out Ouija boards or kick over headstones or anything. It's just an open cemetery, and there's a structure in the back, and we're like, we're gonna hide under the structure. We don't have to worry about like having to purchase anything to stay in a store, and we can just hang out there until my friend's off work. So we enter the cemetery and we go straight to the back as we planned, and we get to the shelter, and it's just like this open brick overhanging. There's 3 pillars, towards the front, and in the back there's a bunch of old, like, marine headstones. And there's just a covering, so if it's raining, if it's really direct sunlight, you can kind of escape the elements, but you can still like feel the humidity, but you're not having the sun beating down on you. So we are all super sweaty at this point, and we are just hiding under the structure. We have like 30 minutes before we can go meet up with our friend, and I keep noticing, like, we're all chit-chatting, but I keep noticing the middle pillar for some reason. And I'd been in the structure before, but I noticed there was a crack toward the bottom of the pillar, like about 2 feet above the ground, and not like it's going to break kind of crack where I was scared, but I just kept being focused on that crack. This is important. So after about 5 minutes, we hear a noise from out in the cemetery, and we all kind of look out to see if we can, see what's going on, if it's someone like, hey, what are you guys doing in there? But we don't see anything. So we turn back around, we're still in the shelter, and suddenly one of the girls I'm with says, hey, where did that cup come from? And directly in front of that broken pillar, like right below where the crack is, there was now a, clear plastic cup of water. So my friends are wondering, has this been there the whole time? And I told them absolutely not, because remember, I had been fixated on that pillar the entire time. So I would have noticed, if something is there, like For some reason I was fixated on the pillar, and now there's a clear plastic cup in its place. Not in its place, what am I saying? Pregnancy brain. A clear plastic cup beneath the crack. So my friend who first noticed it walked over and picked up the cup, and she immediately kind of recoiled. And she was like, guys, this cup is cold. So we go over and feel it, and she's not wrong. Like, it's a fresh cup, and it's got ice cold water in it. And remember, this is like a 98-degree day, plus heat index. Like, everything is warm, not just us, but like anything you touch, even underneath the structure, you know, like the headstones in the back and stuff, they are warm to the touch. It's a hot summer day, and this cup is like room temperature and has ice cold water in it. And what I probably should have mentioned before is this cemetery is known to be haunted, but as like a 22-year-old, you go in haunted places. So we all have this kind of moment of panic because it's like, clearly something's watching us, something's been hearing us bitching for the past, 5 minutes about how hot we are, how thirsty we are, and now they've left a gift for us. But at the same time, do you really want to drink, the ghost water? Like, you don't know where that's been. So we all inch back out of the shelter a little bit and look again to see, is someone else around? Because there's only one way into the shelter, but, by some happenstance, was someone nearby pulling our leg. And of course there was no one, so it really was just water, left by a ghost. And I've always been big on not befriending people that are going to be, disrespectful to spirits. I was raised Catholic. I dabbled in Wicca and paganism for like 7, 8, 9 years in my adolescence, both of which are big on respecting spirits. So I don't befriend people that like purposely mess with spirits, and luckily none of my friends there that day were like that either. So we still don't want to drink the water, but we don't want to waste it, and we don't want to seem, like a bunch of brats, so, beggars can't be choosers. So we all kind of circle the cup, and we hold hands, and one of my other friends, says, whoever's watching, thank you for the gift. And she just explains out loud, we're about to go somewhere where we can get fresh water. We are going to donate this gift to something that might suffer more than us during this heat wave. And so we took the cup of ice cold water out of the shelter, and we went to where some plants were growing, like some pretty roses in the cemetery, and we pour the water onto those and water the flowers because it had been a bit since it rained. So that way we're not wasting the gift. We were able to share it with nature, keep everything going, and not have to drink it ourselves. And then we proceeded to quickly speed walk our way out of the graveyard in the heat, and we just decided to live with the heat wave until my friend got off work. And then we met up with him and told him what happened, and he's just like, are you sure? And we're like, yeah, there was 4 of us. Like, we all experienced this, dude. I just totally messed up a nail. But yeah, that is story time for today. So that's a more benign ghost encounter. I wanted to start with that one because it is a prominent one. It's one of the main ones I've experienced. And I also, there's a stigma that anytime you talk about a ghost story, it has to be negative. And so I wanted to start with a story time that not only relates heavily to the main focus of the channel, but shows supernatural experiences in a positive light, where something was looking out for us that day, and we didn't want to be disrespectful and waste the gift, even though we were being cautious, and so we shared it with those flowers. And that is not the last time we went to that graveyard either. There'll be more stories for another day. But again, guys, thank you so much for listening. Again, there are new Chew on That episodes. Again, there are new Again, there are new Chew on That episodes every week on the channel. There's also, you know, baby updates. We're getting close, very, very close. Almost to the point to say any day now. So there will be fun vlogs about that. And, you know, of course, more story time. So the next story time will not be supernatural or paranormal related. It'll be a normal story time. So make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button so that you're able to see the second that story time is posted, as well as any other videos on the channel. And if you've had a similar experience where you were left a gift, not, you know, a boon, but a gift by something supernatural, my dog Boone is now coming over to me. Hi baby. Mommy's nails are wet. You are a good Boone. You are best Boone. But if you have a supernatural experience that was a gift, feel free to talk about it in the comments. I'd love to read those and see those. I love discussing things with other believers. I love surrounding myself with other believers. And I will see you guys next time.